Gemara Menachos says that the world was created, Bihi Bar'am, the world was created with the letter Hey. The letter Hey has a roof, has a side, has another side on the left side, and that's the letter Hey, that's Olam Hazeh. Why is it so open on the bottom? Why is there a big opening on the bottom? Because people can easily fall out of this world, says the Gemara Menachos. So why is there a hole on the side also? Because he wants to come back, he has to climb up and come back through that little hole. Why can't he just come back straight up, asks the Gemara? Very famous Gemara. The Gemara says, no, once he falls down on that path, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends him on that path, continues on that path. The only way he can come back is if he wants to come back, then Hashem has to help him special siyata d'shmaya. That's the symbolism of the small hole on the left side of the hay. This seems to go in contrast with the Gemara that says, the Gemara in Shabbos says that what is the path of the Yetzer Hara? How does the Yetzer Hara chap a person? How does he convince a person to do Averis? Not right away. He doesn't right away start with the most serious sins. He starts with a small thing. What, today you do this, tomorrow you do this, tomorrow you do a little more, until he chaps him, until he convinces him. So we see that it's not like a person falling out of a bottomless pit where he just falls through the hay. It seems like he goes slowly out. So how do these two Gemaras, how do we reconcile these two Gemaras? Reb Chaim Shmulevitz in Sichos Musar explains that the usual path of the Yetzer Hara is the Gemara in Shabbos, where he slowly tries to get a person to leave out of his comfort zone of Olam Hazeh, where he's supposed to be. He slowly removes him from that world. But there are certain things that are express trains out of this world. What are they? The kinna, v'taiva, v'kavod, like the Mishnah says. Person falls into kinna, or taiva, or kavod. He starts being jealous of other people, or he has tremendous wants, taivas, or he's running after kavod. Those are the three things that make a person crazy. They literally make a person do crazy things. Korach, says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, was an intelligent person, a big tzaddik, but he had jealousy. Why? The famous story tells Yitzchak ben Uziel that Moshe made him the nasi and not Korach, and Korach felt that he should be the nasi. Once he fell into the trap of jealousy, it was a one-way ticket out of the hay, straight to the bottom. Straight out of the hay, and that's why Korach fell so fast and so terrible and so far. That explains Korach, says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz. What about the 250 people who came to bring the Ketores? They weren't jealous of Yitzchak ben Uziel. They wouldn't have been the Nasi anyway. It was only a question of somebody from that family. Here says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz is the second most dangerous way out of the hay. The first one is kinna, taiva, and kavod, one of those three things. The second one is leitzanis. Once Korach chapped him with leitzanis, like the Gemara explains, he'd said, I went to Moshe Rabbeinu and asked him a question, if I have a beged, if I have an article of clothing made completely out of tchelis, do I have to put on tzitzis? If I have a house full of svarim, do I need a mezuzah? And everybody starts laughing. By removing the seriousness of the mitzvahs, the seriousness of Moshe Rabbeinu, of making people relate to him in a non-serious way, that's a terrible danger. That's also a one-way ticket out of the hay. Like the Mesilas Yesharim says, when he talks about the midah of zehirus, one of the sure ways to not come to the level of zehirus, of being careful of not doing averis, is to fall into the trap of leitzanis. Once a person falls into the trap of leitzanis, it's like an oily shield. All the arrows just slip right off, and nothing can penetrate it. No musar, no Torah can penetrate a person who's surrounded by leitzanis. Once Korach was able to influence the 250 people with his leitzanis, he fell into this trap because of the jealousy, because of the kinna, and he was able to give it over. He was able to pull down 250 people out of the hay with what? With leitzanis. These are the two of the most dangerous things that a person can fall into, that even the Yetzer Hara doesn't even have to work. He doesn't have to say, do a little bit, do a little bit. It's an express train right out of the hay. Good Shabbos. Please don't forget to subscribe. You'll get the video every week by subscribing. Put a like. Thank you very much. Good Shabbos.